Welcome back to the Orminators. I am Chris Orr of the Orminators, and today I'm going to do a review of the iiRcade Dragon's Lair cabinet. I was part of the original Kickstarter, and it came in a few weeks ago. Got it all built up. I will link the video to that up in the corner there, so that everybody can see how this thing got built and the quality of the material, the quality and the workmanship in the materials. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the actual game or games itself and all the kind of the fun features that it has. So again, I've had it for a few weeks, and probably looking at all the different cabinets that I have around the house, not including, obviously those that are over there, but also the ones behind me. And I'll do a separate game room tour when I'm all done here, or for another video. But I have to say that this cabinet so far is probably one of the most played cabinets that I have. Notwithstanding the fun games of that Arcade 1-Up is releasing, but this is a true multi-cade. It didn't go much for the actual retro look as far as the shape and everything else, but the graphics, and again, are fantastic. I really do enjoy it. But again, the retro is in the games themselves, and actually, it's as a multi-cade, it's got a lot of really cool games. And so, if you're looking for a cabinet, meaning that maybe you can't get multiple cabinets like some of us, and you only want to get one cabinet that can do a lot of different things, then a multi-cade like the iiRcade system might be the one for you, because out of the box it already has appeal to three different folks. There's folks like me who got it for Dragon's Lair in this case, so again, kind of a very, very retro sort of feel. My girlfriend who loves to play Maniac Squares and Beach Buggies, which the kids seem to love quite a bit. So right now I've got it logged into the Dragon's Lair game here, and so it's running through the screensaver, which brings me to one thing that I would probably suggest to the folks over at iiRcade if they were to take any sort of advice, and that is a screensaver for the intro page. So when you turn the machine on and it gets all logged in there, there's going to be, well, first of all, if you're buying it brand new, there's going to be a series of updates which have to be done, and I'll post, I'll overlay some of the screenshots of that happening. But if it sits here, like if I turn this on and then it logs in and you get to this intro page here, and then I walk away for a while, there's no screensaver. Which, maybe it's not a big deal. I'm kind of old school, so I'm always thinking about like phosphorus screen burn-in, which clearly you don't get with an LED screen. But it still would be nice to have something kind of like animated on the screen. That would be kind of cool, maybe going between screenshots for all of the different games. But in any case, you do have the ability of selecting different games here. The recent ones you can see that are most played: Maniac Square, Dragon's Lair, and Beach Buggy Racing. And again, you can go through all the different menus, and it will go ahead and show you a different illustration of each one. So the game is actually, the cabinet is actually pretty cool. And again, Maniac Square, which is kind of a Tetris-y, Candy Crush sort of, falling object game. Very, very popular with casual gamers, puzzle and people who like puzzles. Beach Buggy Racing, which the kids enjoy like a lot, and then Dragon's Lair, which is the game that I bought the whole thing for, hence the Dragon's Lair. If I was a wrestling fanatic, I would probably maybe invest in the Retromania cabinet, which was just announced. But in any case, let's take a quick look and see how this thing plays. So, all in all, very, very fun game. Um, this is a different version that I'm used to playing in the actual arcades, because I'm
Dragon's Lair.
turn that down a little bit. Which, you know, again, very, very, very good graphics and very good very good controls built into the machine. But anyways, going back to the version that's being played here. Now, I'm not sure what this is, what version this is, but I do know it's not like the original arcade version, because in the original arcade version, instead of having the little displays at the bottom showing whether or not you're going to be, what direction you're going to be going, or whether you're going to be using the sword, actual parts of the scenery would flash, and that would kind of direct you as to the direction that you were supposed to be going. In any case, not a big deal, but I find myself now paying more attention to the bottom of the screen versus the actual screen itself and the actual imagery of what's going on. Because as long as you're paying attention to what's going on the bottom of the screen, then you can play the whole thing without actually even watching any of the cartoon sequences, other than the little middle cutscenes that you see there. Anyways, going back to the machine itself, very, very well done, other than the screensaver issue that I was talking about. You saw me kind of playing around with the volume controls. The power button is very responsive, so it goes on and off very easily. It also has a sleep mode, so if you don't want to shut it all the way off. It's got these two fantastic speakers, which again, there's supposed to be some sort of jukebox mode coming in a future update of the operating system. So I got the 128 gig model, so I have plenty of room for games. But overall, very, very well done machine. If you could only get one cabinet for a game room, I would say this would probably be the one that you would want to get, because it's got a multitude of different games in the iiRcade game store. And I'll put a screenshot of that up here so you can kind of get a sense of all the different games that are there. Whereas the obviously, when we're dealing with Arcade 1-Up, you get the cabinet for the games that are on the machine, but then that's it. So, for example, the Star Wars cabinet obviously only has like the 3 games there, and if we were to make the turn over to the other Arcade 1-Up games, you know, Pac-Man does have a few more games. Obviously, there's 7 games on there, and the Final Fight cabinet has 4 games on it, and so does the Asteroids cabinet, but no more games. That's it. Unless you were to hack the PCB board so that you could either, you know, install more games on it, or just replace it with like a Raspberry Pi, which I think there's several projects about that going on. Overall, you're not going to get as many games. So that's where I think, you know, you've got @Games and iiRcade might have a little bit of an advantage, because while the cabinets themselves are more expensive, I think this thing was a little over $700 for me, because they got the upgraded version. I do have the room to install more and more games on it, and I've got plenty of room to do that. So, in any case, I apologize for having the other games turned off at the moment, because I didn't want the distraction of all the flashy lights as I was doing this particular review. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, a like, and a share. Everything that you do helps contribute to the algorithm, and I get more subscribers and views. And subscribe. I've got more information, more stuff coming up here. I was able to, if you see some of my previous videos, I was able to pre-order the Midway Legacy cabinet from Arcade 1-Up, because it's got the Rampage and Joust and Defender games on there. I don't even really care that much about the Mortal Kombat, although my kids will like it. I also got in on the pre-order for the @Games 3/4 size Tetris console. So there'll be a video coming in when that one gets here. And then I'm also part of the Arcade 1-Up Infinity Table Kickstarter. With the 24 inches I think are shipping, but I've got the 32 on order, so hopefully that'll come in. That I'll get some notification about that coming in soon. So in any case, again, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.